we are going to continue with Skill 6, Lesson 14. Let's look at our learning targets. I can segment and blend two-syllable words with up to 7 phonemes. I can use adjectives and prepositions to expand short sentences. I can read In the Storm Shelter and answer questions about key details in the story. Let's blend and segment some more two-syllable words. The first word is jumping. Jumping. The first syllable can be broken down into sounds. J, p, jump. The second syllable is ing. Ing. Next, we have the word nodded. The first syllable is nod. Odd. The second syllable is ed. Ed. Your turn. When I say some more two-syllable words, I want you to use thumb finger taps and segment those words. Thunder. Trombone. Trumpet. Mister. Toolbox. Outline. Let's look at our learning targets. I can segment and blend two-syllable words with up to 7 phonemes. I can use adjectives and prepositions to expand short sentences. I can read In the Storm Shelter and answer questions about key details in the story. Remember, when writing, you should strive to make your writing interesting. One way that you can do this is by adding descriptive words called adjectives to the nouns in simple sentences. For example, let's look at this sentence. The dog barked. What is the noun in this sentence? Dog. What's the verb? Barked. Very good. The cute dog barked. I added an adjective to make my writing more descriptive. The adjective I added was cute. Another way that you can make your sentence more interesting is by adding words called prepositions to simple sentences. Prepositions are tiny words that give information about time, place, etc. in a sentence. The cute dog barked at the truck. At the truck is a prepositional phrase. The bat swings. This is a simple sentence. What's the noun in this sentence? Bat. What does the bat do? Swings. What kind of bat? Let's add an adjective to describe the bat. The brown bat swings. The brown bat swings at the ball. The mice run. Let's look at this simple sentence. What's the noun? Mice. What's the verb? Run. The little mice run. Do you see how I added the adjective little to describe the mice? The little mice run at night. I added a preposition to explain when they run. I can segment and blend two-syllable words with up to 7 phonemes. I can use adjectives and prepositions to expand short sentences. I can read In the Storm Shelter and answer questions about key details in the story. Today's story continues the Spencer's adventures in the storm shelter. Let's look at some spellings. In the story, you're going to hear the sound N spelled K-N in the word not. You're also going to see the R control vowel spelled E-R in Spencer's, shelter, and thunder. You'll see the R control vowel spelled O-R in storm and porch. You'll see the R control vowel in started, arm, and barn. Other two-syllable words you will see are expect, finished, and picnic. Let's look at some vocabulary. Gust blows strongly for a short time. Cracks makes a loud, sudden sound. Booms makes a deep and loud sound. Peeks looks at something from a hidden place. Let's read today's story to find out how the adventure in the storm shelter ends. In the storm shelter. The Spencers are down in their storm shelter. Outside the shelter, the storm has started. The wind gusts, thunder cracks and crashes. Down in the shelter, the Spencers can't tell how bad the storm is, but the Spencers will be safe down in their storm shelter. Their storm shelter can stand up on strong storms. When the thunder booms, Jill grabs her mom's arms. I expect it, she says, but still, it scares me. Her mom hugs her. When it sounds like the storm is finished, Mr. Spencer peeks out. It's safe, he says. The Spencers step outside. Mr. Spencer checks the barn. It is fine. Grace and Jill pick up some pots that were knocked off the porch by the wind. Things look to be in good shape, says Mr. Spencer. Good, says Mom. Let's sit down and finish our picnic. Turn in your Skill 6 workbook to activity page 14.1 on page 63. Go ahead and write your name and today's date at the top of this paper. In the storm shelter. Let's look at number 1. Why are the Spencers down in the storm shelter? The Spencers are in the storm shelter so they will be safe from the storm. The storm shelter can stand up to strong storms. What did Mr. Spencer see when he peeked out from the storm shelter? When Mr. Spencer peeks out, he sees that the storm has finished. Describe what you do when it storms. Write about your own personal experience when it storms. I can segment and blend two-syllable words with up to 7 phonemes. I can use adjectives and prepositions to expand short sentences. I can read In the Storm Shelter and answer questions about key details in the story. Happy learning!